Where do the Minnesota Wild's offense, defense, goaltending, and special teams rank amongst the rest of the Central Division? We find out today on Locked On Wild.
You're Locked On Wild, your daily podcast on the Minnesota Wild, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to another episode of Locked On Wild, your daily Minnesota Wild podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thank you for making Locked On Wild your first listen every day. And just as a reminder, Locked On Wild is free and available wherever you listen to podcasts. On today's episode of Locked On Wild, we take a look at where the Minnesota Wild's offense, defense, goaltending, and special teams rank in the Central Division based off of projected wins above replacement heading into this season. And we will take a look at those rankings and give some thoughts as to if we agree or disagree with those rankings. My name is Seth Topal, host of Locked On Wild, veteran of over 10 years of Minnesota sports coverage, including the last couple of seasons, covering exclusively the Minnesota Wild and getting ready for season number one, full season number one of coverage here at Locked On Wild. Very excited to be bringing you a full season of Minnesota Wild coverage, so make sure that you are tuning in and keeping up to date with everything going on throughout the course of the year. Big shout out to former Wild forward Ryan Donato, who scored the first goal in the Seattle Kraken's history in last night's game. So just wanted to give a shout out there because, of course, it was going to be a former Wild player that had a hand in the first goal scored for the Seattle Kraken. Another interesting note, and we'll have to get to the bottom of this as well. Carson Soucy, a scratch for Seattle. So a couple of interesting notes from the Kraken Golden Knights game from last night that we'll try to dig a little deeper into as we go forward. So as mentioned, we're going to try to figure out where the Wild rank amongst the best of the best in the Central Division. And we are using the JFresh model. JFresh, of course, content contributor to EP Rinkside. So we are using his wins above replacement projections for this season. This model built by Top Down Hockey and used in accordance with Cap Friendly as well. So what we're going to do is just go through and see where every team in the Central Division ranks amongst the NHL. We'll rank them throughout the Central Division and see if we agree, disagree, and go from there. And so before we get to the rankings in the division, here's what the Minnesota Wild look like according to JFresh and his rankings projections for 2021-2022. Rated to be the 15th overall team in the NHL, 8th on offense, 11th on defense, 28th in goaltending, 15th in special teams, and as mentioned, 15th overall. So obviously a lot to unpack here. We'll unpack it throughout the course of the episode. We're going to start on offense, and of course, it starts and ends with the number one overall rated team in JFresh's models, the Colorado Avalanche, who come in with the number one ranked group of forwards in the entirety of the NHL. They are really the gold standard offensively, not only through the Central Division, but also through the NHL as well. St. Louis Blues are the next highest rated team overall, and should mention the Avalanche are the number one rated team in those models from JFresh. The St. Louis Blues rated highest next at 13th overall, then the Winnipeg Jets at 14th overall, Minnesota Wild at 15th overall, the Chicago Blackhawks 22nd, Dallas Stars 23rd, Nashville Predators 25th, and the Arizona Coyotes bringing up the rear at 32nd overall. So let's see where things play out. As mentioned, the Avalanche, the number one rated forward group in the NHL. Their top line ranked 10th overall, second line 1st overall, third line 26th, and fourth line 8th, 6th that is, in the NHL. Ninth rated left wings, 10th rated centers, 5th rated right wings. Their top 6 is number 1 in the NHL. Their top 9 is 4th, and their bottom 6 is 18th in the NHL. So Colorado Avalanche, number 1 rated forward group in the NHL, and of course in the division as well. Next up is your Minnesota Wild, who come in at 8th overall in the NHL. They have the 5th rated left wings, 13th rated centers, 10th rated right wings, 12th rated top 6, 10th rated top 9, 5th rated bottom 6 in the league. First line for the Wild, which will consist of Kirill Kaprizov, Joel Eriksson Ek, and Matt Zuccarello, rated the second best in terms of wins above replacement in the entire NHL. That line 2 is 28th, third line is 12th, fourth line, number 1 rated according to JFresh in terms of wins above replacement in the entire NHL for this coming season. So Wild 8th in the NHL, 2nd in the Central Division in terms of forwards. Now, pretty easy to rate the rest of the division. Up next, the St. Louis Blues, 16th overall in the NHL, 3rd in the Central Division. For the forward group, 7th rated left wing combos in the NHL, 12th rated centers, 20th rated right wings. Their top 6 is 18th in the NHL, 15th top 9 in the NHL, and bottom 6 is 4th. Their top line is 14th in the NHL. Second line is 21st, third line 8th, fourth line 9th. So St. Louis is 3rd in the division on offense, rated 16th in the NHL. Next up is the Winnipeg Jets, who are rated 18th in the NHL. They are 4th in the division. 16th rated left wing, 17th rated centers, 21st rated right wings, 14th rated top 6, 16th rated top 9, and 23rd rated bottom 6 in the division. Top line 27th overall, second line 2nd overall, third line 16th, and fourth line 25th for the Winnipeg Jets. So we're starting to see a little bit of a pattern here. So that's the 4th ranked team in terms of offense in the division. 5th ranked is the Chicago Blackhawks, who check in at 20th. They've got the top rated left wings in the NHL, 21st rated centers, 29th rated right wings. Their top 6 is 24th overall in the league. Top 9 is 18th. Bottom 6 is 10th. Their first line is 25th, second line 19th, third line is 3rd, and fourth line is 28th. So starting to see a little bit of a precipitous drop in the rankings here as we move. 6th in the division, the Dallas Stars. They are ranked 26th in the NHL in forwards, wins above replacement. 22nd rated left wings, 27th rated centers, 18th rated right wings. Their top 6 is 16th overall. Top 9 is 21st overall. Here's where Dallas is going to get hurt this year. 32nd rated bottom 6 in the league. Their top line is 15th overall. Second line is 18th. Third line is 31st. And fourth line is 30th in the league. Keep in mind, Arizona is coming. Nashville Predators are 7th in the division on offense, 29th overall in the NHL. 24th rated left wings in the league, 29th rated centers, 23rd rated right wings, 26th rated top 6, 29th rated top 9, and 28th rated bottom 6. Offensively, Nashville is in trouble. Based off of wins above replacement, their first line is 26th overall, second line 26th overall, third line 28th overall, and fourth line is 26th overall. And bringing up the last spot on this list, the Arizona Coyotes, who are 32nd overall in forwards in terms of wins above replacement heading into this season. Their left wingers are 25th, overall, centers 31st overall, right wings 31st overall. Top 6 is 32nd overall. Top 9 is 32nd overall. And bottom 6 is 30th overall in the league. First line combos 30th overall, second line 32nd, third line 25th, and fourth line is 32nd in the league. So abysmal offensively are the Arizona Coyotes. So I think what we're seeing, Colorado ranked first in the division, Wild second, then St. Louis is third, Winnipeg fourth, Colorado fifth, Dallas sixth, Nashville seventh, and Arizona dead last at eighth. I really can't object to that as it currently sits. I think the Wild have the next in line dynamic offense in this division with all the options that they have available to them. So I really can't object whatsoever to those rankings, and so I will agree that the Wild have the second best in terms of wins above replacement offense in the Central Division. We will turn our attention to the defense. That is next here on Locked On Wild. This fall, Built Bar wants to help you celebrate freedom of choice. Did you know Built Bar has an amazing assortment of awesome tasting flavors? They range from coconut, cherry barcia, raspberry mint brownie, double chocolate, salted caramel, strawberry orange, cookies and cream, and German chocolate. My favorite for my money is raspberry, but if you're not sure where to start, the mixed box is your best bet. You can get 2 each of those flavors and try for yourself. Not only are Built Bars amazing tasting, they are healthy too. Each Built Bar contains 17 to 18 grams of protein, ranges in calories from 130 to 180, contains only 4 to 5 grams of sugar, and only 4 to 5 grams of net carbs. So Built Bars are amazing tasting. They're amazingly healthy. What's not to like about Built Bar? So head to built.com and use the promo code LOCKED15 and you'll get 15% off of your first order. Again, use the promo code LOCKED15 for 15% off at built.com. Continuing with today's episode of Locked On Wild. Again, thank you for making Locked On Wild your first listen every day. Those watching on YouTube may notice me getting a little jumpy here. I had a spider on my desk and it disappeared. I didn't get to it, and so if you see me jump up, I have a huge aversion to spiders. If you see me jump up, that's why. But continuing with our rankings here of the Central Division and where teams throughout the Central rank, not only amongst the division, but amongst the NHL as well. We're using Jay Fresh from EP Rankside's wins above replacement projections for this season. And we'll go to the defensive side of things. Colorado Avalanche, again, are the gold standard for defense. They are the number one rated defense pair in the NHL. First rated left defense, sixth rated right defense. First pair is number 1. Second pair is number 4. Third pair is number 12. Top 4 is number 1 in the entire NHL. Next up, we move to the Minnesota Wild, who are second. Actually, the Arizona Coyotes are the second-rated defense in the Central Division as of right now, with the 9th-rated defenseman in the NHL. Second-rated left defenseman, 17th-rated right defenseman. Their top pair is 7th overall. Second pair is 20th. Third pair is 8th. Top 4 is 13th overall. So Arizona Coyotes, second highest rated defense in terms of wins above replacement in the Central. Next up come the Minnesota Wild, who are at 11th overall. 18th rated left defenseman, 9th rated right defenseman. First pair is 10th overall. Second pair is 11th overall. Third pair is 16th overall. Their top 4 is 9th overall in the league. And so third in the division go the Minnesota Wild based off of these rankings. Next up is the Chicago Blackhawks, who come in at 14th. Third rated left defenseman in the league. 24th rated right defenseman in the league. First pair is 25th overall. Second pair is 2nd. Third pair is 19th. Top 4 is 15th overall in the league. So the 4th rated defense in the Central Division, the Chicago Blackhawks, heading into the season. Next up, we have the Nashville Predators. Their defense is rated 19th overall in the league. 6th rated left defense, 28th rated right defense. First pair is 17th overall. Second pair 14th, third pair 28th, and top 4 is 17th overall in the league. So Nashville checks in next. After that, we move to the Winnipeg Jets, who come in at 20th in the league. 30th rated left defenseman in the league, 7th rated right defenseman. Their first pair is dead last, 32nd in the league. Second pair 8th, third pair 2nd, top 4 is 28th overall in the NHL. After that, we move to the Dallas Stars. They're rated 22nd in the NHL, according to wins above replacement for this coming season. Left defense is 19th, right defense is 18th. First pair is 9th overall. Then second pair 24th, third pair 29th, top 4 is 18th in the league. And so the Dallas Stars, we move then to the St. Louis Blues, who are 26th overall in defense. Their left defense is 22nd rated, right defense is 22nd rated, first pair 18th, second pair 26th, third pair 17th, and their top 4 is 23rd overall in the league. And bringing up the rear in the, actually, I beg your pardon, St. Louis dead last in the Central Division with that 26th overall rating for their entire D-core. For the Wild being third, I like it because of what we are kind of waiting to see in Alex Goligoski as well as Dmitry Kulikov and John Merrill / Jordy Ben / Kalen Addison. There's a lot unproven with those guys, and so if they play well, obviously the numbers will go up for the Wild. But the buck stops at Jared Spurgeon, Jonas Brodin, and Matt Dumba. Those guys aren't going anywhere, so I like that number. I think it gives the Wild a little something to kind of prove as the season plays on, and that's I don't have any issue with that whatsoever. The next one is where I'm going to have a little bit of a problem. So we'll talk about the goaltending and the special teams to finish off today's episode of Locked On Wild after this. BetOnline.ag is back and better than ever. All eyes are on the gridiron as teams are back for another football season. And as always, BetOnline.ag is your number one spot for all the pro and college football action this season. With a new updated site and interface, even more odds, props, and contests, BetOnline.ag continues to be the number one source for everything football. So head to BetOnline.ag on your laptop or mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Make sure to use the promo code LOCKEDON to receive that welcome bonus. From football, basketball, boxing, right to your favorite Vegas casino games, don't wait to take advantage of all the amazing offers available for the 2021 season. BetOnline.ag is the fastest and easiest way to bet on all of your favorite sports. That's BetOnline.ag, where the game starts. Final segment of today's episode of Locked On Wild. And don't forget, we've got another bonus episode coming for you today. We'll be talking with Spoked Z, recapping the first night of NHL action and looking ahead to what will be a busy week. Plus, we'll also discuss some of the other projects that Spoked is working on throughout the Minnesota hockey landscape. So should be a fun bonus episode for you coming up later today on Locked On Wild. Let's talk about those goalie rankings, as very interesting that the Minnesota Wild bring up the absolute, well, not absolute, but they are second to last in the division in terms of wins above replacement for the goalie position. We will start in an unusual place. The Nashville Predators taking the top spot in terms of rankings in the Central Division. Third overall in the league for the Predators. Their starters ranked fifth most in terms of wins above replacement in the NHL. and their backup is rated 12th overall in the league. So big things coming out of Nashville if they can just get some scoring to go along with that goalie play. Next up is the Colorado Avalanche. They are 4th in the league. Their starter, Darcy Kemper, is rated 4th overall, and their backup situation, 14th overall in the league. So Nashville, then Colorado. Next is the Winnipeg Jets, 5th overall in the league. Top-rated starter in terms of wins above replacement, and 22nd rated backup. It's okay, though. He barely plays. So Nashville, Colorado, Winnipeg to start off these rankings. We then go to the Chicago Blackhawks, who come in at 12th. Marc-Andre Fleury, giving the Blackhawks a nice little bump. He is the 6th rated wins above replacement projection at the goalie position for a starter. Blackhawks backup, though, 27th overall in the league. So big things for Fleury. Hopefully his backup doesn't have to play really at all heading into the season. Dallas Stars next. They are 13th overall in the league for the goalie position. Starter rated 17th overall and backup at 13th overall. Then we move from 13th overall to the Blues at 16th overall. Their starter, Jordan Binnington, rated 9th overall, and their backup is 28th in the league. And then we get to the final two in the Central Division. The Minnesota Wild, 28th in the league in terms of wins above replacement at the goalie position. Cam Talbot rated 25th among starters, and Kaapo Kahkonen rated 31st amongst backups in the league. This shows that I think some of the thought process with Cam Talbot and Kaapo Kahkonen is that defense really helped them out and kind of helped salvage some of their numbers at points throughout the season. So it would be nice to see those numbers raised up a little bit, and a lot of it is just with Talbot's inconsistency over the past few seasons. I can see the rating there. I just second to last and 28th in the league is a bit jarring. So hopefully the Wild can pick that up here this season, but could be worse. They could be rated 32nd overall in the league like the Arizona Coyotes are, 32nd rated starting goalie and 22nd rated backup goalie for those spots. Finally, we will finish with special teams, power play, and penalty kill. And it's pretty much what you would expect. The Colorado Avalanche have the highest rated special teams in the division at 4th in the league, 5th rated power play, and 8th rated penalty kill. After that, it is the St. Louis Blues at 9th overall, with the 11th rated power play and 2nd rated penalty kill in the league. Minnesota Wild check in at 15th, 17th rated power play, although hopefully what they did in the preseason will help alleviate some of that and boost those numbers a little bit. Penalty kill rated at 5th overall. So nicely done by the Minnesota Wild there. Dallas Stars, I beg your pardon, were 9th overall in the league with the 6th rated power play and 25th rated penalty kill. So Dallas Stars and then the Minnesota Wild. After that, though, the Winnipeg Jets at 17th overall in the league, 16th rated power play, 13th rated penalty kill. After that, the Chicago Blackhawks at 24th. I beg your pardon, Nashville at 23rd. 23rd overall in the league, 21st rated power play, 27th rated penalty kill. Then Chicago, who is 24th, 25th rated power play and 24th rated penalty kill. And then Arizona, 30th in the league in special teams, wins above replacement, projections, power play at 28th, penalty kill at 32nd. So for the Wild, middle of the pack in the division for a few categories, upper quadrant in terms of offense, upper quadrant in terms of defense, goaltending near the bottom of the division, and special teams right in the middle. So it's pretty much what you would expect heading into the season. And if the Wild can get some better special teams play and can get some good goaltending, those numbers are going to rise, and the Wild are going to do well heading into the season as well. That will take us to the end of today's episode here on Locked On Wild. So again, thank you for making Locked On Wild your first listen here today. For your second listen, of course, make sure to catch our bonus episode coming later today where we talk with Spoke Z about the start of the NHL season. And also make sure to check out the Locked On NHL podcast as well to gear up for the full start of the season after the first couple of games in the books last night. Make sure also to follow Locked On Wild wherever you listen to podcasts. We are free and available everywhere. You can also find us all throughout the social media landscape: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Just search Locked On Wild for all of them. Make sure you are following us on YouTube as well. Great video content coming throughout the week, pre-game videos, post-games, as well as other videos throughout the week as well. A lot of content coming your way from Locked On Wild. Make sure you don't miss a second of it this season. And as always, you can find new episodes every Monday through Friday right here as part of the Locked On Podcast Network.